When you got Batman falling from the moon to Earth, and he's able to think this whole process over. Oh, I got some fireproof drawers on.
Some burning up atmosphere proof drawers on.
Yeah,
he just fireproof.
It's a good thing I put on my fireproof drawers today. You know, I always put them on just in case I fall from the moon. Double Toasted live show in Brooklyn, New York. That's going to be April 1st. Oh, yeah, that pregnant Joker. I heard about that.
What? Pregnant Joker?
Yeah, I heard about that somewhere online.
Oz was telling me about it. It's ridiculous. It's about as ridiculous as you think.
Dude, last Batman comic I read, he fell from the moon back to Earth without wearing a spacesuit.
All right, y'all, come on now.
See, that's why I don't this anymore. I stick with these movies now because sometimes these comics drive me crazy.
And this is a good writer. I was like, I'm glad they finally got him on this. And I was just like, okay, I gotta drop this book now.
He's like, look, man, I had nowhere to go. They didn't go so I had to go to the moon. It's like Fast and Furious, man. They didn't leave me any room to do anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to try, goddamn?
Yeah, I don't. That's why, some of these comics get so crazy. Like, I get in there and hang for a little bit and everything's cool. Then you do
yes.
And I'm like, okay, I'll see y'all in about 10 years.
Yeah, he used the, he fired his grappling gun and used the pressure out of that to point to, to momentum to send him toward the Earth. He's out freezing in space, but he's like, well, my suit is insulated. I got this mask on. But then he's hitting the Earth's atmosphere. Okay, well, the mask is burning up. But if I take off these trunks, they're fireproof, so I can wrap them around.
Oh.
Okay, now that I'm in Earth's air, my cape will fly out and I can glide down safely. I was like, what is going on here?
A lot. And nothing at the same time.
Yes, exactly.
Batman is running somewhere as fast as he can. Due to human willpower, he somehow is as fast as Wonder Woman or something. A lot of people will be calling BS on that because of the realm of reality the world sets up. I love you, Bruce, but just say you have powers at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I stop being lazy. Like don't stop putting yourself in the corner and being like, well, now he's got superpowers. Mm-hmm. No, that's see what I take issue with this is that. Just like my man said, the allure of Batman is like, he's not like these other assholes here.
Right.
He's like, the thing is, I'm actually kind of better than y'all because I ain't got no powers. Mm-hmm. But I'm hanging with y'all every day. I'm right up there. I'm right up there with y'all.
Right
Sometimes I'm ahead of you.
Right. I think faster and better than all of you. And they all go like, yeah, you're right about that.
I gotta be better than y'all.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because I'm hanging out with people with superpowers. But still, that don't give you the right to jump from moon.
And that's what bothers me. One of my favorite episodes of the animated Justice League is where they got those chips implanted in them, and he had contingency plans just in case for all of them, in case that happened. And he was like, and y'all are stupid if you ain't got one on me. And they were like, oh, we don't.
To me, that's a cop-out. When you got Batman falling from the moon to Earth, and he's able to think this whole process over. Oh, I got some fireproof drawers on.
Some burning up atmosphere proof drawers on.
Yeah,
he just fireproof.
It's a good thing I put on my fireproof drawers today. I always put them on just in case I fall from the moon.
And it wasn't even like he went, all right, while I'm floating out here, let me take them off and put them on. He just ripped them on the side like a Chippendales dancer and wrapped them around his face. They're flimsy enough for you to just tear them with your hands. But somehow they can survive re-entry and keep you from suffocating or burning up.
Well, maybe they had a Velcro strap at the side. Maybe, I don't know.
I would say that, but you can see where they were tearing.
Okay.
Man, and also, like the grappling hook, how would you even get any leverage to shoot it to the... all right.
You know what, Martin? Shit, he might be a goddamn Chippendale dancer. I mean, he does everything. After you fall from the moon, anything. I wish he fell from the moon and landed in a male strip club.
It's funny.
That would have been a great entrance.
You guys bring up that whole thing where he had files on everybody on how to take them out.
Right.
The whole reason he was on the moon because he put one on himself. So he had this robot that was like, okay, if you go rogue, then I got to take you out, and I got all your files on everybody else. So I got to take all the other superheroes.
You know what? That's a great point.
The shit backfired on him.
Yeah, I don't even know why I didn't ask that at first. Why I didn't ask that at first. What the f*** on the moon anyway?
I was just about to say, what he doing in space?
He's running from the killer robot he made to take out himself. Somebody framed him for the murder of the penguin. So the robot said, like, well, all right, you murdered somebody. You got to go.
That must be a bad robot. If you can't find no place on Earth to hide, he chased your ass to the moon. Oh boy,
because it took out the Justice League and all his child soldiers.
Shit, no wonder he ran. Surprised he didn't go to Mars.
He tried to go to Atlantis, and then he was like, "Oh shit, it's gonna come here and kill everybody." Thanks for taking me in, but I gotta go.
Yes,
I can't swim anyway. I gotta go to the moon.
Boy, chase his ass to the moon. Now you look like a bitch. Now you ran. Ain't nowhere on Earth to hide. Like it's shit. I gotta go to the moon where this fool can't find me. People, this is what I think about. I know it's a comic book, and I hate that excuse.
It is. It's a terrible excuse.
I hate. Argument is done. Anytime you look at me and say it's a comic. It's done. We're done. You know. Obviously, you ain't budging. I ain't budging. I ain't saying you wrong. I'm just saying you dumb them.
Wrong. They're wrong because you set up a universe. You set up a universe and you abide by the rules of the universe that you set up. Yeah. If you just go, it's a comic book, then what are you doing over here?
It's what it is. No. It gets to a point where, no, I'm sorry. It's not just a comic book. What it is lazy writing. Because they use the excuse, it's just a comic book. That's what they want people to rely on. Well, if I write some dumb shit, somebody out there is going to say, hey, it's just a comic book. We can let that slide. No, you're right, Billy. Yeah. You're right. And everybody, you set up rules. Batman, the cool thing about Batman is that he is a man. Mm-hmm. Keep him a man. Yeah. Stop giving him powers, secret powers that he pulls out his badass. You know?
I mean, that would be hilarious if one day he was to say, like, all right, I got to confess, I do have powers.
This whole time I did.
This whole time.
Each and every last one of you.
And you know what I'd say? I'd say, you know what, Bruce, Batman, thank you for being honest. Now get the my face. Yeah. Now get away from me.
That's the only reason we like you.
That's the only reason we like
you. Hey man, I appreciate you, but I appreciate you being honest, but we ain't friends no more.
Right.
I'm sorry, man. All these years you lied to me.
Yeah, all this bullshit. I even know your secret. But you also, even when, like you said that he made one on himself, they just ruined my favorite plot line of him making contingency plans on everybody else. He wouldn't do that to himself. He just wouldn't.
Apparently he would.
I know, but then they took that a step further and ruined it.
I know.
And that was another thing. Yeah, it was his power. Somebody in the chat said it. Yeah, his power was money and being extremely smart.
Thinking ahead.
Thinking ahead.
Yeah. His ninja skills.
And I would give him one. I say he might have one power. And it ain't really, it contributes to his physical powers, but still, he's limited to being a man. I would say that his insanity has driven him to have a stronger willpower than anybody out there. Like his drive, like his daddy died and his mama died just drove him insane to the point where he is more driven than anybody else. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm giving him. We stopping there. No, nothing else.
Because he already has some kind of healing powers because he takes way too much damage. And even though it's like he thinks ahead, he still takes beatings.
He takes big beatings.
I read this one series, The Batman's Grave. I think it came out last year. And he was fighting some dudes. And it was like the comic focused on the fights. And they were brutal, like real brutal fights. And he was getting pretty banged up in every issue, 12-issue series. At the end, the last issue, he died of his wounds.
What?
There you go.
Batman?
Yeah.
That must have been a one-off.
Yeah, it was a one-off.
Okay. Oh, sure.
But I followed all this, and I was like, God damn. And he would be tired and bleeding, and at the end, Alfred had him, and he's just like,
yeah. And so, you know what? And that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, what's cool?
Hey, you know what?
Showed him as a man.
They kept him as a man to the point where his mortal ass died.
Yeah.
Thank you. But I give Batman a lot of leeway, man, because I love Batman. So I just say, listen, there's certain things I'm just gonna go with. Like, I will even say that he had some training because he always has training. Mm-hmm. Hell, we watched the Batman episode the other day, and he's like, "Well, the time I got my ventriloquist powers training with this magician," I was like, "Of course you did. Of course you did."
And the anime series do that shit all the time. I'm like, man, you ain't that old to be doing all this shit.
There's only so many hours in a day.
I mean, this fool does everything to the point where he can even. He had a dummy show at one time. He had a ventriloquist act. I was like, okay, of course you worked with a magician. So
he was a magician. He was an apprentice to a magician, right?
An apprentice to a magician. That fool juggling and everything.
To teach him how to escape traps.
Yeah.
Right, but that kind of makes sense. Escaping traps.
He knows how to throw his voice.
Yeah, he does. Remember that episode? He does.
Yeah, we just watched that, man.
He got juggling.
Yeah, he was juggling. But yeah, man, we watched that episode, and then And so, I'm willing to give Batman a lot of leeway. So, I'm willing to say that, all right, he takes a beating, and maybe, maybe just maybe in his past, he had some training that taught him how to focus on the matter at hand and not focus on the pain. Mm-hmm. Not focus on the physical so much. And so I'll give Batman a lot of credit, man. But that shit can only go so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. No, I thought it was bad when the last writer was on it and had him at the back of a plane flying through Gotham, and he's pulling on the wing to steer it so that it doesn't hit buildings. And I was like,
what was this?
It was in the Batman comics.
Okay.
It was one. That's what it was called. God damn it! Jesus Christ, man.
Again, people, it goes only so far where it crosses over from it's just a comic book to no, that is laziness. Lazy, where somebody just didn't want to write no more. Mm-hmm. And they got to a point they said, he's Batman, just let him do it. he put on his super draws, man.
His super draws,
his fireproof super draws. Yeah. There, you're done. Let's move on.
I knew these would come in handy. See, I told Superman that wearing trunks on the outside was a good idea.
Yeah,
this is actually what he said.
Oh no! You see, it's almost like someone's like, "All right, you want the next Batman series? Cool. Before you start, thud. Here's what we've already done. It's this big stack of papers. Yeah, you can't do none of that. Oh shit! Super draws time.
Fireproof super draw. I tell you what, whoever wrote that. Don't you ever watch that 60 Batman and laugh at that shark repellent again. Don't you laugh at that. If you wrote that comic book with Batman on the moon, don't you laugh at this right here. That is right up there with that shark. In fact, they jumped the shark when they went to the moon.
Take your time, Robin.
Okay, I guess I will.
Robin got on.
I still got 2 legs. So.
Robin got on them elf shoes and shit.
You said, wait, aren't you supposed to be a gymnast or
you said
trapeze artist?
Yeah.
But trapeze artist, Jesus, this is high.
He's like, shit, I ain't about to die for Batman. You shouldn't have had your ass in that water anyway, like you shouldn't have been on the moon.
I know, but he's climbing down that thing like he's never been on one before.
He's like, I ain't about to get my ass bit. Oh, man. God damn it. Will one more step kill you?
You know what Robin's doing? He's like, look, man, that shark might let go by the time I get down. I ain't got
shit. He's thinking like, shit, that shark might bite me if I go too low.
Also, if he dies, I inherit a fortune.
Right. I like the way Batman just beating that shark. Get off me.
The wide shots, though, look like it's a boot. Yeah. Don't even look as big as that fucking shark on the wide shots.
Batman beating that shark like he got a Charlie horse.
Got a cramp.
Yeah, I got a cramp. Shit.
That old rubber ass bathtub shark.
Yeah, and that shark ain't even trying to let go.
Give me that shit, man.
You come on, stop bullshitting.
Oh, did you want this right here?
The shark exploded.
Yeah.
When you put something in it?
Yeah, that was a bomb.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, that is the equivalent of going to the moon. Batman fighting up a shark with shark repellent. There you go, folks. All right.
Hey. You know what? Now you put it in context. That shark, that don't seem so bad.
It actually seems more normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. That it's funny. Hey, well, that's an accomplishment you made. You made that make sense right there.
With them elf shoes on.
Yeah, them elf shoes on, walking down, and 3 Musketeer shoes on and shit.
That's some elf shoes. You're right.
Yeah, them Keebler shoes.
Keebler shoes.
Yeah, look at that. Keebler elf shoes.
Oh, shit, yeah.